Hey YouTube, I thought I'd do a quick video about if you haven't got mains power or haven't got the means to get mains power to a shed or a garage, how you can set up a solar panel, batteries, and create mains 240 electric and obviously 12 volt as well. This is basically my setup. I've got a solar panel on the top, which I'll show you a picture of. At the moment I've got it set up into my multimeter, so basically solar panel comes in into these. That's the positive, then you've got the negative here. I've taken the negative off into a connector block. It goes through my multimeter and out back in, so it can actually read the amps, and at the moment it's just over 3 amps. The panel I've got is 100 watt mono crystalline, which is possibly in an ideal condition maybe can push 6 amps. But yeah, so what I've done, this one here, this is obviously a work in progress, but I've made this board. You've got the fuse box here to off to the 12 volt, which I've then wired into this switch, and then that goes up to an LED strip that runs the whole length of the garage. And then obviously you've got another 8 outputs that you can fuse, which is ideal. So this main positive off here then feeds to here. The negative then goes to this distribution block for the negative out feed, and I've obviously just got a spare one there at the moment, and the negative going to the LEDs up on the roof. The solar panel I fixed using this galvanized banding, where you can it was a bit of a pain because I couldn't actually slide my tiles up, so I just had to lift my tiles, push it through and attach it to the beams up in the top of the garage. Really secure, and also they were bolted underneath the panel, so you can't actually take the panel off. You haven't got access to it until you get into the garage to release the straps, which for security reasons is it's really good. You've got USB outputs here, and I think they're capable of 3.1 amps in total, but obviously one can push out 2.1 and the other will be 1 amp. Yeah, so you've got this middle section here that goes to the battery, and at the moment it goes through to this power pack, and this is a 400 watt modified sine wave inverter built in, which is okay, but hopefully next month I'll be getting a pure sine wave, about maybe a kilowatt to 1500 watt pure sine wave. Alongside down here I'll be getting a couple of leisure batteries, hopefully AGM. I might get 2 110 amp hour, and then wire them in parallel so I can double my amperage. So yeah, and this is how I've got it set up at the moment. So ideally, because I've got no power, or didn't have any power, all my tools I had to take into the house to charge, but now I can charge. This is all battery powered. I can charge up my drills, my jigsaws, everything from here, and this is it. So yeah, I've just basically just got this wired up, seeing how many amps I'm pulling through at the moment. These LED lights, they are, when I tested them, they were pulling about 3 amps. They're just 5 meter lengths, so that's not too bad, and they're really bright. Yeah, so I'm really chuffed with it. It's working well. If you've got any questions for me about wiring and the correct gauge of wire, hopefully I can help you out. Obviously you don't need to go over the top. This is a 20 amp controller. The solar panels at best is going to be pushing 6 amps. This cable that I've used here is capable of carrying about 20 amps roundabout. And obviously going to the battery, feeding the battery, that's only going to be whatever the solar panel's generating. Then down the line I do want to upgrade this. This is a PWM, a pulse width modulation solar charger, which they're fine, they're cheap, and they do work, but I want to get an MPPT, and that basically, it does a DC to DC conversion. So the excess current that my panel will be pulling, because that can pull about 22.5 volts, it will convert that voltage to ampage. It will lower the voltage and increase the ampage, so you can get anywhere up to 30% increase in yield of your panel. So that's the plan, but I'll keep you posted, and this is basically just a quick overview of my system and how it's growing. Cheers, bye.